Hey, are you posh? Are you a Tory Pratt? Are you bent? You black, brown? Are you confused? Are you eating dinner? Are you in bed? Are you stoned? You drunk? Then you're watching raw footage!
It's called rock feedback.
Oh.
Show, we cut open this fruit called a durian that smells kind of like rotting flesh and tastes it really does taste like garlic and flesh and bacon, and it's like most people vomit when they smell it. And
you sure it wasn't a kebab?
No, and it's illegal to take on an airplane, and so we played this show, and we brought like 10 of our friends on stage and sat Indian style in a half circle and played
Bob Dylan,
Blowing in the Wind on an iPod.
We were all sitting around.
Sliced the durian open with a machete and just went around and said like what it tasted like in the microphone. And everybody left because it smelled.
We were the opening band, and the headlining band was pissed off at it.
We're not allowed to play back then.
The Playboy party last night. We obviously couldn't get in. You know, they don't
incredible.
let people like us in. So.
Oh man, that's too bad. It was cool. It was funny.
It was pretty funny.
We played it like there were so many people watching us when we played, and it just felt really bizarre. It was just like all these lights and smoke.
We don't really think of ourselves as the type of band to be playing a Playboy party, so
yeah. But now we do.
But now we are. We've become a new kind of band.
We told everybody we were going to play Time to Pretend, our single, and then we just didn't play it at the Playboy party.
Well, because it was our performance was bookended with the Time to Pretend video, so
yeah.
It would have been like a little bit too much.
Overkill.
Yeah, exactly. So like, how great are we? Let's start and end our performance with that and whack it in again.
Yeah, let's do it.
What's the name of this show?
It's called Rock Feedback Presents.
Raw Female? That's a great name.
Thank you.
When we kind of walked up this morning, it was almost like being at like a sports carnival when you're younger. You know, kind of went to get our badges, and there's like other kids there with their mums getting their badges and signing them up, and everyone's kind of eyeing each other off, and you know. Looking.
Did you get any eyes on you, do you think?
No. I don't know if we're a threat. Are we a threat at this thing?
No, not at this stage.
Nervously shoot the breeze, let it flow. We both got nowhere to be, let it flow. You made my heart skip a beat, let it flow.
When it's like this, you feel good, and like you've maybe accomplished what you've come out to do. When it's not like this, you walk back to wherever you're staying.
Smiles, I'm on fire.
I think if you're coming at a certain level, you kind of have to set yourself apart, maybe, or do your thing the best that you can do it to try to set yourself apart, maybe from everybody else, because there's so many people. Not set yourself apart, but do your thing well that people, will respond to what you're doing, I guess.
The right record company will find the right band, and the right public will buy it. And the wrong band won't sell any records.
Ray Charles was playing the piano. We made love all night long.
No, when it happens successfully, it's because things are right with the three of us, and so it's not hard when it's happening. It's very hard when it's not happening, and then you just try. I think what happens is you try to overcompensate and do the harder songs too hard or the softer songs too sweet, and it's like, everybody knows when you're, not coming from the heart. So no, when it's working, I mean, it's why I think everybody does. Anybody that does it because it's a great feeling and you feel kind of at one with what you're doing.
When I was an astronaut, I didn't have my boots. When I was a coal miner, I didn't have the news. When I was a record store, I didn't have the blues. I travel light, and that's the life for me.
He's not gonna take any extra clothes or extra shoes to hide his feet. The ground is dirt, the dirt is sweet.
When I go to London town, I stand under a rock till I know all the time it takes to pack a clock. Then I'll flip it over, close the key, swallow the lock. I travel light, and that's the life for me.
He doesn't take his spoon or fork. He's seen too many eating in New York. He'll use his hands to pick and eat. The fruit he finds, he'll find it sweet.
But how do you feel like, the music industry as a model has evolved so much that there's a lot of talk out here of like deals changing, what's offered to artists. How do you feel it's sort of like making the transition so far?
You still need a good song, and you still need a good singer and a good musician, irregardless of the software. Do not define the music business by haircuts or the internet. Next question.
I kind of get quite sort of horny when I'm tired, so
when you get tired and you get a boner, a tired boner, like you get a tired boner. You know what I mean? I get that. Billy's agreeing, Andy's being coy because there's a fucking camera there.
Well, when I get tired around you, so I'm not feeling very horny. That's for sure.
You must be masochist. You love a running rapper on his last legs, on his last.
On the van, though, we have a tactic where if you see a boner or if you have a boner, it's polite to tell everyone, so that you use the noise. And that lets everyone know. And for a semi, you go boop, 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 boop.
I'll turn off the TV. It's killing us. You never speak. There's a rail in the corner. It's dying to make us see.
We only did 2 shows here last year, and it was kind of more of a holiday than anything else. But this time was definitely a holiday. But this time it's more of like a promotional push for the record that's coming out, and we're a lot busier, which is it's kind of nicer in a way, because you come here, you got to play shows, you got to play as many as you can.
Yeah, well, this is what I was going to ask. From a band perspective, why Austin, Texas? Why South by Southwest? Why do you come out here? What's the main, sort of like achievement to be attained, do you think?
To be honest, it actually works quite well for to get promoted in Britain, strangely enough, because...
Well, good point, yeah.
Yeah, I guess, there we go. And
it's only going out in Bulgaria, guys.
I've heard the women there are great, so that's fine.
If I get old far too, get old far too me. Hey, let's get old far too, back behind just me. If I get old,
If it's a transient audience, do you have to work harder to engage them, do you think? Or?
I think so, especially because it's industry people as well who are notoriously...
twattish.
Yeah. I was going to say fickle, but yeah.
No need for diplomacy here. It's right.
They're certainly not the kind of screaming fans at the front. They're the ones at the back kind of chatting while you're playing. So you definitely got to work fairly hard to keep them interested. But there's also fans here too. So I think, just with so much competition, even just getting people to your shows is a bit of an achievement.
Because Elvis and the Beatles didn't get a deal going to any of these things. If you're great, we'll find you.
I don't really know what the festival means as much anymore, other than to be a part of something that has a lot of momentum, and to be a part of something where there's a lot of like different kind of music and creative minds from all over the world kind of come together. And I get a little wary from knowing where it started to where it is now, you know, like being a venue for bands who are a little bit under the radar and maybe give them an opportunity to be heard.
Come to South by Southwest and make it or whatever, and we like tried to apply it. They wouldn't accept us because we weren't established enough.
So, I mean, this time around, what are you looking to derive from the experience? What are you looking to get from South by Southwest in 2008?
Just free clothes. Well, it's just the fault of circumstance, the game of youth, the thread of chance, and I can't seem to find a better way to justify my loss of nerve. Well, someday they say I'll be cured, but be assured I'll always be this way. We all suffer filth and shame in the frame of skin and bones. Little one, you're not alone. I think it's time you stepped out of the shade.
A lot of bands, I think they have practice and they feel like, you know, it's like song for practice, they get done or something like that. With us, it's a lot more dragged out. And some songs aren't really in any performable or comfortable condition for a couple of years. Yeah, it's kind of like you have to reveal the song, like it's there somewhere, but like for us, it's through the process of practicing, it's like you're excavating it. I think we have a hint or an idea of where it's going, but then don't ever know where it's going until we get there.
Shall we just play in the dark? Are you happy with us playing in the dark? All right, let's just do it. This will be great for the people filming. This song's for them.
This is like lighter than your performance this evening. How was it playing in the dark?
It was good. I quite liked the ambience. You know, it's always nice to have a bit of a different show, but it was a bit unnerving at first as well because like first time I went to go up the neck of the guitar, it was like I really have to trust my instincts here. Well, I think there's kind of two different types of South by Southwest. There's one where you're a new band and you get accepted and you come over and everyone saves up and spends all their money to come over and you have a really good time. You meet some really beautiful people, you see some really cool bands, and you go home with this amazing memory and then go, oh, it's a shame nothing came of that, but I had a good time. And then there's the South by Southwest where you come over and you know, you've got your record out and your record company going, oh, we're going to try and get these people along, and there's the kind of industry side. And I don't know, I think it's great when you can meet that in the middle. the show is so spontaneous and kind of left up to however EJ and I are feeling, really. And some songs will go for 7 or 8 minutes because we just kind of, I guess, end up on some wild loop and take it where it wants to go. And other nights you kind of keep that song as the original structure. And I don't know, it keeps it really fresh. And I think that when you're in a band, there's so many great bands out there these days, and there's so many great bands that play tight and play really well and are consistent. But I really love the fact that it can be different every night, and it can actually feel like people are getting a unique show, and we quite often make up songs on the spot and sort of improvise stuff, and I sort of like offering up this song to the gods of rock and roll. It'll never be heard again, and you've done it there, and maybe it's really good and maybe it's kind of crap, but it doesn't matter because no one will hear it again.
So I usually think of a set as sort of like a chess game with the audience, where you plan your opening moves, and like you sort of have a strategy for like, well, tonight I think we'll start with this and then that, and sort of see how what moves the audience makes or how it's starting to feel. And then you got to save some good pieces for the end game, but the board takes shape in a different pattern every night depending on many different just unknown variables.
Politics, election, here's something I want to say about the state of the nation, the way it treats us today. At school they give you shit, drop you in the pit. They try to get out, you can't cause they fucked you about. Then you're a prime example of how they must not be. This is just a sample of what they've done to you and me. Do they owe us a living?
Of course they do, of course they do.
Do they owe us a living?
Of course they do, of course they do.
Do they owe us a living?
Of course they fucking do.
So many people are here at once, you never know who you're going to see on the street. As far as playing shows, I usually would prefer to play Austin when you're not competing with 10 million other bands. I don't know if it's really the best situation for a band on tour to book their Austin show during South by Southwest. And you usually don't get paid for the shows, you just get a bracelet to see the other shows. So
I'm gonna do a short film for you. This one is a documentary.
Like tonight I broke a string, but it didn't make a snag in the set at all because I tossed the guitar to my brother to change the string, and I switched to showing some artwork. And
Complete History of Communism, Part 3, the formation of the Soviet Union.
It just, it's kind of, we always have a plan B and a plan C. So no matter, because I feel like, things go wrong all the time. I don't know if this happens more to us than for other bands, but we encounter more disasters than you would think possible.
When we play, it's like a spell, like a magic spell. So hopefully it will work on the people that are watching us. I'm very I don't mind if people like us or not. That's my big problem. Probably not everyone's cup of tea, but if you like it, that's good. I'm really anti guitar bands and guitar worship and like jamming around and stuff. So
I play the guitar.
Yeah, but you don't play the guitar, do you? Actually, I play as little as possible. If you watch carefully, I really don't play it at all. Like it's more about like laptops and loops and samplers and stuff. It's not about guitar worship, which is really funny in Texas because everybody's like, the bands that play before us are like twanging. We are in like guitar world.
Yeah. Every number has a meaning, every number has a meaning, every number has a meaning. Every number has a meaning, 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 every number has a meaning.
Thank you. I can't believe I met her. I've just bought a t-shirt. I've just met Mrs. Anto.
My brother opened this club in '75, and so he was really responsible. He was such a music fanatic, freak for the blues, and so he was really responsible for bringing so many people here back then. So that's a lot of the magic that I find that's Anto's. Muddy Waters, Albert Collins, B.B., Buddy, Junior, Cotton, So many Jimmy Reed, so many great people.
Probably you in a sexy car, got you black magic in your $2 love. Probably you in a disgusting car, got you black magic in your $2 love.
Now I'll introduce Russia in 1900, basically an unindustrial medieval sort of place, ruled over by the Tsar and the church and the landlord.
How's South by Southwest been for you this year, Ed?
It's been, it's probably been the best one that we've done. We've had an amazing time, and I've done it like 4 times, and it really was just, yeah, very eventful.
Who's actually from Austin here? I don't know anyone.
I'm from Austin, but I'm not here for South by. I just love to get drunk.
How you doing? Rock and roll. It's all about rock and roll.
You trying to avoid all the festival at all costs? Or?
No, I mean, it's lots of fun because there's like a shitload of different people here. And Austin's weird already, but then you get like those weird emo kids.
I got in a fight with this guy in the street because we walked past. Basically, this is going to sound bad.
No, go for it.
Okay, just to get this out of the way, I have raised money for like homeless charities and stuff before. I walked past a homeless shelter and I thought they were doing like yoga. I thought it was a yoga centre, so I thought it was like yuppies.
There's no reason why homeless people wouldn't do yoga, is there? Or?
And this guy was like, it's a homeless shelter, and I didn't realise it was. And then, but he was really aggressive and he was being a dick, and it all just sort of escalated. And then, you know, like I would like purposely, you know, try and wake people up. And
we are straddling that fine PC line, but you know.
But it looked like an art installation, it did. Oh, God. I'm not joking. I couldn't really see that, you know, I could only see people on mats. So it looked like they were doing kind of yoga, sort of.
You came all the way from London to South by Southwest?
Yeah.
Do you love it?
That's good shit.
Do you love it?
That's good
Is
shit.
it better than what's in London?
Yeah, this is way better than what's in London.
America is the shit. You may hate us, but you have to respect us,
This
baby.
is Texas shit right here.
A song called The Pristine Claw.
Thank you. Take it away.
Oh, to have a pristine claw, his hands are old and sore. The knuckles they ache, the bones they do break. Oh, to have a youthful frown, bleed on the surgeon's gown. The plastic in me, I'm perfect, you see. Don't look older than 43, but really I'm 70. Now run, young man, and get my pills from the pharmacy. Rearrange my face for half TV. I can't change the inside of me. I'm a vampire of the 21st century. That's me, that's me, that's me, that's me. That's Steve, that's Steve, that's Steve.
On the
That's
phone.
Steve Nice. Steve Nice. Steve Nice. Steve Nice. Steve Nice. Steve Nice. Bird of paradise.
Woo! It's from ID, I think, isn't it?
Oh yes, ID, no problem.
I
fun.
Thanks very much.
Do you want to play Mummy and Daddy? We are the only state that was a country, literally a republic, before we decided to join the United States of America.
And Lenin's dream of communism was lost. I also have Complete History of Communism Part 4, which is communism in China, but that's way too long to get into right now. Thanks for listening.